Welcome to Inside Gaming. I'm Brian. It's the weekend roundup.
Back, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Did you miss me? Yeah, I was on the beach, a little sunburned, but I'm back. Let's do some news. The Switch, pretty popular these days, but one publisher not a fan, EA. Ooh, I love some EA drama. Let's go. So here's a little background first. EA had a good financial quarter because loot boxes make a lot of money. They had net revenues of $1.2 billion that beat Wall Street's expectations. That was thanks in large part to one of its biggest franchises, The Sims, particularly The Sims 4. So its expansions and downloads increased 55% from last year. That is huge. Also, they did some promotions earlier this year and got 7 million new players. Okay, so The Sims, it's doing great. That led investors to ask EA, why don't you port it to the Switch? That makes sense considering it's a pretty casual game. It's already on other consoles. It's on like iPads. You can play it on anything, but EA gave a surprising answer to the Switch port. No, thank you. CEO Andrew Wilson said, anytime we're evaluating platform conversations, we're really looking at a couple things. One, does the game really fit the profile of that platform in terms of the control or the community ecosystem? Snap, take that, Switch. Our game's community ecosystem doesn't fit your profile. Admit yourself to the burn unit, Nintendo. But wait, don't they, again, they port The Sims to anything. Why are they getting all high and mighty about the Switch? Well, Wilson went on to list more criteria saying, do we think the community playing on that platform would appreciate the game to go there, or would they prefer to play it somewhere else? He said, according to EA's research, most Switch owners, they have other consoles and PCs. They prefer apparently to play their games elsewhere instead of the Switch. According to EA, he also basically said Nintendo's online capabilities might not be enough to support all the user-generated content that's found on The Sims. He might have a point there. Nintendo and online is not a great mix. He added that players expect to engage in that community on a platform that is really tailored to user-generated content, creativity, and customization. And while he is right on some level, lots of people have criticized some Switch ports as being inferior. Most recently, there were complaints about frame rates on the Switch version of Dragon Quest Builders 2. It kind of chugs. It looks like a slideshow at some point. But there's no denying that its hardware, it's less powerful than a PS4 or an Xbox One. Then again, EA doesn't exactly make the highest quality ports for the Switch either, especially when it comes to the FIFA series. And you'd think a game like The Sims, again, would be perfect for a handheld like the Switch. Who knows? Personally, I would think the Switch isn't something you could afford to ignore, but maybe EA knows something we don't. All right, on to other news. It looks like Rockstar, much like the characters in a GTA game, does not like paying taxes. On second thought, who does like paying taxes, really? Well, a watchdog group in the UK found that Rockstar North, which is based in Scotland and developed GTA 5, has not paid the UK's corporation tax in a decade. That's despite making a lot of money over the years from GTA 5. That's been called the most profitable entertainment product of all time. It has more than $6 billion in revenue, but the watchdog group, TaxWatch UK, found that Rockstar, they have paid some taxes over the years, but overall it got more money back from things like government tax breaks than it's paid in. Also, interestingly, it found that the 7 UK-based Take-Two and Rockstar companies declared a total pre-tax profit of just £47.3 million between 2013 and 2018. Yeah, the rest of that money just mysteriously disappeared on a plane headed to the Cayman Islands. The group is calling on the UK government to investigate. Sony says that the Trump administration's tariffs on Chinese goods could affect the price of the PlayStation 4 here in the US. Man, good thing I bought one 5 years ago. Anyway, during an earnings call, CFO Hiroki Totoki said they are monitoring the situation but haven't decided on a course of action if the tariffs do happen. But Sony is definitely considering passing on the tariff increase to the customer because that is what always happens with tariffs. Businesses are not just gonna eat that. He was quoted by the Wall Street Journal as saying, "We believe and therefore have told the US government that higher tariffs would ultimately damage the US economy." Now, this has already impacted other console makers as well. Nintendo confirmed last month that it was shifting some Switch production to Vietnam to avoid possible tariffs. It looks like GameStop is laying off dozens of regional sales supervisors in a restructuring of its business. According to an internal email that was leaked, GameStop's 18 regions across the country are being consolidated into just 3, a West, a Northeast, and a Southeast division, which means that sadly a lot of people who worked for those old divisions are going to lose their jobs. The email adds that unfortunately with these changes there are more than 50 field leaders who have been impacted and will be leaving the GameStop team. This includes regional district HR and LP leaders. First of all, a note, if your job refers to you as a team member, get a new job.
Yeah.
I say that from personal experience, you never want to be a team member.
Also, I like how they say they will be leaving the GameStop team.
Because we fired them.
Because you pushed them out.
Yeah.
Like it's not like they were like, oh man, you guys are getting rid of my region? All right, I guess I'll go.
I'd like you to leave now. That's what happened. Of course, it's no secret that GameStop is in big trouble these days with declining sales. It tried to find a buyer for itself earlier this year, but nobody wanted to pick up that tab because people apparently don't like setting money on fire. And its stock has been tanking. The last time I checked, it was under $4 a share, which is its lowest level ever, I think. And the email seems to indicate that more cuts are coming. It said there's more work to be done to streamline the number of tasks for our field leaders and provide tools to support their daily activities. This work has already begun and will continue moving forward. Let's talk about Destiny 2. Bungie says that they are delaying the upcoming expansion Shadowkeep. In a blog post, they said they're moving it from September 17th to October 1st because they need a little extra time to make it just right. They're also moving the free-to-play version of the game called New Light back to October 1st as well. In the post, the development team wrote that it has become increasingly clear to us that our releases for this fall would benefit from a bit more time in the oven, just like a baby. They also noted that Bungie is now an independent team after their split with Activision earlier this year, and as such, that means that the future of Destiny 2 is entirely on our team. They also said that their newfound independence means that we're agile enough to choose to do what's best for the game and our players, even if it's the hard choice. Kind of a backhanded slap at Activision, I think.
More just like a corporate force slap. Just
that's a forehand.
Yeah.
Yeah. The team also talked about their vision for Destiny 2 going forward, writing, "This fall is the first step on a journey for what our team wants Destiny 2 to become. A place for you and your friends to play anytime, anywhere, owning the action, MMO, and RPG elements that we love about the game and crushing barriers to entry for friends. We just need a bit of extra time to take the first step." All right, I'm back for vacation, so it is finally time for my review of Dragon Quest Builders 2. Aaron, do not cut me off.
It's a 5-second review, Brian.
No, I got more seconds. Let's go. I liked it. Y'all know I would like it. I like it. If you've never played a Builders game, it's basically like Minecraft meets Dragon Quest. I'm kidding. It's like Dragon Quest beat up Minecraft, took all its lunch money, and Minecraft went home and drank some Cam Girl's bath water. All right, here's my review. You're a builder, you build things. Your villagers need a bedroom, you build it. They need a bathhouse to get naked and make everybody else uncomfortable, you build it. Plus, you got this lunatic buddy who can't build anything. He's the friend who like always starts fights in a bar and you're like, oh man, we're all going to jail tonight, but he's my buddy. I guess we gotta do this. Yeah, I forgot his name because I was drunk on the beach when I played this game, but he rules. Like I said, the point is to build things. At one point, the villagers are like, hey, can you build us a toilet? We're all tired of going into the woods when we need to take a dump. That's not exaggeration. You really have to do that. Also, you have to scoop their poop out and make fertilizer of it. It's weird. Yeah, it's weird. So yeah, Dragon Quest Builders 2, game of the year already. I'm calling it. Sorry, Death Stranding. You're gonna need a lot more fetuses and kangaroo pouches to beat this game. You know what? Actually, if they need extra pouches, I'm a builder. I can do that. I can do that weird stuff like that. All right, let's talk about games coming out next week. Up first, we're getting spooky. Silver Chains is a first-person psychological horror game set in an old abandoned mansion, as they always seem to be. As you explore the mansion, you'll solve puzzles and encounter the dangers that lurk in the darkness. Spooky, but beware, you can't fight the monsters, so instead, you'll have to run for your life, just like real life. Too spooky. You can pick this one up August 6th for PC. Porting over to the Switch, it's the MMO that just makes Aaron sad. It's DC Universe Online. Wait, why does this make you sad?
Because it's not City of Heroes, which is the greatest superhero MMO of all time, and I missed that game. every single day.
I feel that way about Final Fantasy XI.
Okay.
Yep, I feel the exact same way.
Good.
All right, so in DC Universe Online, you'll make your own hero or villain and join a universe with over 300 DC characters. The game, it's been around forever, so if you played it on PC, PS4, or Xbox One, and you want to pick up where you left off, I got some bad news for you. You can't do that. You can't transfer your characters from other platforms to the Switch. It's starting with a fresh new server according to the dev. So that, start over. There will not be crossplay at launch though, but they say they are looking into it. But if you're looking for a superhero MMO to play on the go, this could be a solid choice. I kind of want an MMO on the Switch, so I might check this out.
Yeah, I'll check it out. It comes out on August 6th.
I'll play with you.
Okay.
All right, August 6th. In Metal Wolf Chaos XD, you play as President Michael Wilson, who must defend the United States against a full-scale rebellion led by Vice President Richard Hawk.
Good old Dick Hawk.
My money's on Dick Hawk. Hop in your mech and battle it out with the VP's mechanized legions on the Brooklyn Bridge, across the Grand Canyon, and even on the front steps of the White House. This game, it's actually a re-release of the From Software game Metal World Chaos, which released on the original Xbox and only in Japan in 2004. Now you can experience this cult classic with upgraded visual fidelity, refined controls, and 4K support. It's coming out August 6th, PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Age of Wonders Planetfall is an empire-building, turn-based strategy game. If you're tired of Fire Emblem Three Houses, that tasks you to lead your people out of the cosmic dark age of a fallen galactic empire. There are 6 factions to choose from. Take that, Fire Emblem, including the militant vanguard, the cyborg zombies of the Assembly, and the dinosaur-riding Amazons. Fight wars, negotiate trades, and discover new technologies as you guide your faction to victory in both single-player and multiplayer experiences. You can grab this one, PC, PS4, and Xbox One, August 6th. Run, Roll, Rumble is a 3D platform brawler where you play as an everyday person who battles it out with other everyday people in a quaint and friendly neighborhood. Oh, and apparently everybody has superpowers. I don't know, it's a weird 3D brawler. It has local and online multiplayer, though it does say that online support is still in beta. It's releasing August 7th for PC. I don't feel like I have enough edginess or grit for this next game. Give me a second.
Jesus Christ, Brian, where did you get a gun?
Aaron, we're in Texas, dude. It's called freedom.
You know what? Fair point. Go ahead.
All right, let's do this thing. There we go. Now it's time to bring out the big guns. Now it's time to talk about a game so intense, I'm surprised it doesn't have an adults-only rating. It's time to do some f***ing number puzzles. Yeah, coming to the Switch, it's Sudoku Universe, bringing you the badass logic-based combinatorial number placement puzzles you know and love. You'll spend your time blasting the numbers 1 through 9 into their 3x3 subgrids, all while making sure the number doesn't duplicate on the same row and column across the entire 9x9 grid. Madness. It's porting over to the Switch August 8th. I know this is a fake gun, but it's still scary to hold. Coming to the Switch, it's Pillars of Eternity Complete Edition. This award-winning role-playing game from Obsidian Entertainment brings you a fantastical fantasy world, memorable characters, tactical combat, and an exciting storyline. That's always good. And the Complete Edition includes all the DLC and expansions of the PC versions. You can get this one on Switch August 8th. Taimumari Complete Edition is a retro-style platformer where you play as Hamari, a young wizard traveling across various ages to settle the balance of time. This game has multiple abilities to learn, and you'll learn to control time and space, which seems pretty cool. The devs say, all villains are people, just like you. Learn what's the reason behind them turning into their current state. Or just fight them without further ado. I love that.
That's such a great thing. Yeah. Or just fight them without further ado.
Or just kill them if you're tired of talking. It's coming out on the Switch August 9th. And finally, Game Genie called this game a step forward in console gaming and also stated it shows off the true power of Nintendo 64 in graphics and gameplay. It's Turok 2 Seeds of Evil. Oh man. That takes me back. After defeating the campaigner, spoiler alert, Turok throws the Chrono Scepter into a volcano to destroy it, but unfortunately the blast awakens a greater evil, the Primogen. Now Turok must save the Earth from merging with the Netherworld. That would be very bad. Nintendo Power said, first-person action gamers will not be able to live without it. Bold words, Nintendo Power. That's a little bit hyperbolic, but I miss you guys. It's releasing on the Switch August 9th. All right, that's all the news we got for you today. I love you guys. It's great to be back. Bye.
That's right. it is Thursday. Fortnite's 10th season is here, and it's stealing one more thing from the developer of its main competition, Titans!
Yeah, well, okay, I mean, they're not actually calling them Titans, they're calling them mechs. But it looks like Epic Games is trying to land a knockout blow on Apex Legends.
That's right, we've all seen Real Steel. We know how that goes. Anyway, Fortnite retook its spot as the top battle royale game a while back, and now it's taking another thing